you're the musical sort. You've thought about taking up the lute. I got a few ready to go, all freshly strung. A shame. Everyone's got a melody in them, you just gotta look. My brother Laszlo couldn't carry a tune in a bucket when he were a wee thing. Now, he's got the voice of an angel. Yeah, I use rosewood mostly. Play 'em too, of course. Me and Laszlo were in a band, but we preferred duets. Just us. Manchester's came. I keep going though, hoping to get to Arc sooner than later. Lucian's Day crowds will be wanting some musical trifles. Useful? Ah, you mean deadly. Used to make bows and fletch arrows, but sometimes your best... Hello? Use the best one. I like playing too. Anything else you want to chat about? Same to you.
The wind is a gentle kiss. Come, feel it. Traveler, dear child, you sacrifice too much. You need peace.
A great pounding suddenly erupts in your chest. Your inner
It is awful how she treats you. She asks, the one who makes demands, of course.
Your god thrashes and recoils inside you. You feel your heart somersault, and a lone word hissed in your inner ear. Void.
I am the only one who cares. Don't play her game. Think of yourself. Rest here. The sun is gone.
A sudden weariness washes over, bone deep and as irresistible as a strong current.
Don't fight it. This is how it's supposed. I only wanted to give you rest, not pain. Now, I am sorry.
Bet you're the musical stuff. A shame. Everyone's Manchester's came. I keep going though, hoping to get to Ark sooner. Useful? Ah, you mean deadly. Used to make bows and fletch arrow. Oh, I...
Wind is a gentle kiss. Come, feel it. Come here. Traveler, you are sick at heart and weary. Come here, rest with me in the sun. Dear
A great power.
it is awful how she treats you. I don't...
A sudden weariness washes over, bone deep and as irresistible as a strong current.
Shh, don't fight. I am sorry.
Well now, how's my favorite Godwoken? Let's track down my old pack and find out who's behind the contracts to kill Godwoken. Can't hurt to know who wants us dead.
Ivan smiles and salutes.
Oh, who goes there? Ha! If you're looking for adventure, East's the way to go. It's a void woken. I dare say you have, adventurer. But I suspect you've seen nothing ill. You want to go east, you go east. We won't stop you.
Heading east? If I were you, I wouldn't. You look tough.
You've hit a nerve. He looks away.
Ain't none of your business why I'm still here.
He can't look you in the eye.
I left my girl out there, alright? Sally and me got split up, and I said we'd meet up here. And I ain't...
He nods, but
You ain't seen it out there. You'll find your...
he turns away.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Before you, a statue reaches her arms as you step closer. Before you, a statue as you step closer to the statue.
And neither will you.
The couple notice you approach. The man offers a cheery smile. The woman...
Greetings.
Greetings.
The open road. And a new life.
Fulton. Our business is our business.
The man nods.
We don't know where we're going, but we're definitely not going back. There's no reason for anyone to go back where we came from unless they have a death wish.
We heard that our homes are likely gone. Void woken. Fulton's a sorcerer. I don't care about that. I love him.
Yeah, they were...
Well, they're all dead now.
Did you miss her?
No. And neither will you.
We couldn't be together. They wouldn't allow her to remember.
Good riddance to them.
We should get moving soon. This place mightn't be as safe as it looks.
Yes, but just another little while.
We should get moving soon. This place mightn't be as safe as it looks.
Yes, but just another little while. Good riddance to you.
That rainbow's beautiful. I wonder where it leads.
Somewhere better than here, maybe.
Did you miss her?
And neither will you.
We couldn't be together here. They wouldn't allow her to remember.
Good riddance to you.
Did you miss her?
And neither will you.
We couldn't be together here. They wouldn't allow her to remember.
Good riddance to you.
We should get moving soon. This place mightn't be as safe as it looks.
Yes, but just another little while. Good riddance to you.
We should get moving soon. This place mightn't be as safe as it looks.
Yes, but just another little while.
rainbow's beautiful. I wonder where it leads.
Somewhere better than here, maybe.
Don't you miss home?
No. And neither will you.
We couldn't be together here. They wouldn't allow it, remember?
Good riddance to them.
That rainbow's beautiful. I wonder where it leads.
Somewhere better than here, maybe.
We should get moving soon. This place mightn't be as safe as it looks.
Yes, but just another little while. Good riddance to them.
We should get moving soon. This place mightn't be as safe as it looks.
Yes, but just another little while. Good riddance to them.
Don't you miss home?
Well, and neither will you.
We couldn't be together here.
I shall not mourn till war is done.
A weary paladin strips...
Oh, pity you just arrived. We could have used adventurers like you in that last fight. We're short-handed, deserters, if you can believe that. Abandoned their post and wandered off into the wastelands. We think alike, you and I. See the captain, adventurer. He'll put some work your way.
Be careful on the road, stranger. You're safe enough in here, but past the bridge you're on your own. We're doing well enough for now. We've lost many a man to death and desertion, but we still held the bridge. Guy Falchard and Lord, although I suspect not amongst paladins, Adlard, Gale, and Hellis.
Who shall avenge you?
They beat all those Voidwoken. I'm impressed.
Here be witchery. Trespass not.
Oh my gods, you're ugly! You you turn milk green and a magister's red coat black. The magisters with the red coats chased her into the woods. Rawr.
Fasten tight. Locked.
Smells of lavender and charred flesh. It's almost homely. Almost. Is that her eye? Did she pluck out her own eye?
You're human, aren't you? You're not straw. But I bit some straw. It was shaped a little like you.
The rabbit shakes it.
No, I'm...
West, Blood Moon Island. South, Driftwood. East, the mainland.
Oh, within that blasted stew.
Startled, the guard leaps backwards and reaches for her weapon. She locks eyes with yours before...
Surprise me like that! Oh, I could have sliced your neck. You'll be better off. Everyone would be ashamed for you.
She remains in place as...
Is there more, lizard? Speak up! Or...
She raises her eyebrows.
You'll need to tell Lord Raymond at the dock. He'll want word of this before he says... Is there more on your mind?
Hear ye latest news! Many a latest, my friend. The war, figured you'd ask me about. You remember what happened to the elves, don't you? 7 save us. Stabbed in the... Kill them all, I mean, they doomed us all, did Jolly Justinia. Queen of the... Here's 20 or... You asked me.
Not in any mood to talk about it.
The carved figure is a
This fish is ugly.
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right.
You too, Julian. So the marriage done now.
If there's no work for an
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. That's it.
The silent monk.
On the double. Go on, you mute sacks of the Lord.
The Magister stops barking orders. He sniffs the air like a predator, turns to face you, the wolf eyeing the deer.
I'm going nowhere right at this moment. Nowhere since something crossed. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods? I inquire because I enjoy painting a picture.
He licks his lips.
See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your own blood and piss. Oh, no. That won't do at all. I'm very good at what I do, see? I don't even need... There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. Best convince me I was mistaken.
He leans in closer and sniffs the air.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must have been ambition I smelled on you. Very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. No doubt a trust seems peaceful here, doesn't it? A quiet day in a quiet... But they do. Consider for a moment the dwarf. What is he? I've need of a rat catcher. Of course. I must depart post-haste, but Julian here will stay behind and be...
Stay behind? But...
Like I said, Julian is... And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about the death threats, of course. How about we part shaking hands? How very... One last thing. The Magisters here are diligent men and women. Should this happen, just wave this piece of parchment in their eager little faces. My signature will placate them. Adieu and good luck. The Lord Dread awaits. The
Time has come, my stitched-lipped lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Left behind like a dog. Bah. 7 curses upon that shit.
The Magister is rubbing the...
You! The so-called friend? Yes, I am very... Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The hour's growing late and I'm beginning to worry something. By the bishop's bones, you saw it. Out with it, woman. What happened? Void woken? That means source was used. Raymond, too many things have gone. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove. They've always... You know what, Queen... There's a local... It may be it's wild. Should you find any such in that case, go forth and let the hunt commence.
Made it back, safe and sound. That's all you gotta think about.
Driftwood Fishworks. Driftwood Fishworks.
I don't care if we tear this place apart plank by plank. We will find him.
You can't just You've been warned, Barnes.
The Magister turns.
Oh, there, lizard. Now, I'm looking for someone. You might even know him. Grey cloak, grey beard, a satchel of books. Of course you have. If I find you're hiding him from me, I'll cut off bits that won't grow back. If you... He's a sorcerer dressed as a tinkerer. He fled into this stinking shed, but we'll find him again. We'll have our just...
The Magister moves away.
Bugger off, I'm busy. Grisha's still the favourite.
The dwarf peers at an...
Fascinating. Oh, my... I mean, no, what do you want? I'm gutting fish. What else? Nothing wrong with taking pride in your work.
The dwarf grimaces.
Whatever's wrong with these fish is causing a lot of hardship for a lot of folk. Yes, as it happens. I need to see the effects of eating these fish firsthand, if you understand me. Wonderful. Now,
the fish instantly churns your in a sudden vivid sensation. The dwarf suddenly...
How do you feel?
A stream of black bile suddenly erupts from your mouth and across the dwarf's boot. He doesn't even look displeased.
I'm sure any discomfort will pass.
The dwarf
The fish is indeed malignant. Lizards are affected by it in the same manner as other species. Ah, yes. Of course. The fish you ate is known as yellow ridgeback. Who is to say? Seek out... So, now my work must continue. As soon as I've got in my quota of fish.
You can get back to work.
The stink of beer almost covers up the stink of fish.
My thanks once again, stranger. With your help, I might make a breakthrough yet. Well, let me see. You try the yellow ridgeback. Find somewhere that peddles alertness herb mixes. Then add the well, I'm afraid I'm a humble sort. My findings are very
Ifan Ben Mezd is our living breeze.
One eye
Oh, it's you, all right. It's definitely you. Your little tricks won't work on me, Ben Mezd.
She considers your offer.
How much? So little. You can sit and think about your... Oh, that's it.
Into the dark with you.
The innards fall to the floor, landing in a pool of dark.
Oh, I forgot your lot still.
Your clap on the back.
Lucky ain't.
The dwarf turns back to his work, sliced.
Wander and wonder, seeking signs from the gods.
Pretty good, I know.
Usher us to paradise against...
Keep your eyes elf peeled. Sways up, she slides.
And that.
She slides up.
Bottoms up. Ah, it's a sad story about a lover who left me out cold. Name's mind your business. Can you just... Cheers to you, me.
Her gaze swiveled.
Damien's another. What do you mean? These are...
She raises a glass.
A changing time. Psh, give me one good reason.
She dumps a heavy arm.
Look it. Look it.
She shows you the two.
I know how to make it better. I can fix it, all of it. I'll tell you. There's this woman. I'm not crazy. And if she's downstairs. And now I'm different. It's in her lips. I changed the right way. And then you understand how, you know, sometimes you just want to be fine. Well, what? I need to go. Thanks for drinking.
A prim woman in a starched apron.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
With surprising.
We don't speak of His Holiness that way in this establishment. Well, ye can't be blamed if your mother... But that can't be helped now, I suppose. Not everyone received the same education as... We've only got amber ale, I'm afraid. Can't spare the potatoes for hard alcohol. If you'd like something that'll stick to your... Coming right up, darling.
We wait, we wonder and wonder, seeking signs from the gods. May the seven usher us to paradise against all odds.
Get you something, friend?
Not right now.
If the Majesty's ever come for you, what are you going to do then?
No Majesty's coming for me. I ain't no sorcerer.
You better hope they never come for intolerant cop rollers. You'll be first to go.
Weep, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent, killed by sorcerers, a most vile incident. A valiant warrior against the void. Taken too early, all hope destroyed. The path thus ended, the conclusion of a noble bloodline.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. Then
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain.
He purses his lips. His fingers drum a pat.
I'm sorry. It's really, you insult me now. This is
a smile spreads across.
Now we're speaking the same language. So, let me ask you this. Across the world, who is renowned above all others for their exquisite love-making abilities? Well, I'm sure that in your own experience, that sentiment is, my friend. The very best lovers are, as you must have suspected, kin. And for a sizable sum of gold, I can introduce you to the greatest
He holds out his hand. The money vanishes into his apron.
Now, let me ask you this. What flavor of stew? Upstairs, on the 2nd floor. Her name is Zara. Pleasure is...
He gives you a mischievous grin, then dips his head in salute and turns away.
You kidding? Whooping cards, eh?
The experience of a lifetime, is it? It's disgusting, that's what it is. I'll knock it if I want.
This is more. A weathered woman in a dirty sea captain's tunic babbles breathlessly to herself.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn. And I without my compass. The ship is in the locker. On the bottom in the rock. And yet, can you hear? The bell rings on. The bell haunt. Perhaps I am already mad.
She buries her head in her hand.
Make it stop.
And you can't be too careful, you know? Curiosity kills the cat, or gets it sent to Fort Joy.
All right about that. Right as rain, he'll go.
What do you want, reptile? See this uniform? That Thatcher here is...
Thatcher grin.
Our mate Boris.
They look at you expectantly. Thatcher
Get lost.
Thatcher doesn't...
Disrespect.
She turns...
Of course it.
The chest won't open. It doesn't open.
Speak the word, and I shall open. Speak the word, the magic word, and I shall open. No, no. I am already closed. Still no, no. I did not understand. Do you want a buffalo? Is your buffalo unwell? I am a chest. Do not profane. Speak the word, and I shall open. This seems likely. Yes, an excellent.
The chest still won't open.
An excellent.
Weathered and rugged, the man sleeps soundly.
Mother, I have no words for that. Huh? What?
He wakes. He settles back to sleep. He snorts.
Mother, it's so obvious. Speak the word.
Then goes back to sleep. The chest sits there, refusing to open.
You speak the word. For your safety, please stand back.
The lock unlocks with the tiniest click.
Of course it's not true.
The bell rings a warning and the tide is on the turn.
Better watch yourself, lass.
As you approach the silken...
I know this man, and he's not at all what he seems. A moment.
Iffin bounds forward and embraces the man, all effusive greetings. As they part, talking animatedly, the man's beard slips sideways. They chatter away for some time. Using a guttural cant you struggle to understand. The man hunkers down and seems... Iffin claps the man on the back and turns to leave.
Well, now we know the way to the sawmill. And we know Roos thinks I'm bringing you there as part of the Godwoken contract.
You've got to pick who you can trust.
You got that right, Hilka. You got that right.
And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a sorcerer from a mile away. And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander,
I've
they can
never
get
been
any of
so
us.
embarrassed.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
Of course it's not true. No, I'm not trying.
What on earth is that noise? Absolutely not. A coppers, man. The coppers, they're to be guarded day and night.
And you can't be too careful, you know? If they can get Alexander, they can get any of us.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
А нажать Alt, чтоб все предметы подсветились никак.
Doesn't this room strike you as eerie? But, of course...
My lord, you're wrong. I'm not in love with you.
Во какой ты молодец.
You're right about that. Right as rain, Hilka.
A lizard, tall and beautiful, turns towards you. She fixes you with a sultry look, and when she speaks...
I'm so glad you came. But your friends will have...
She turns her back on you and waits for your companion. A lizard, tall and beautiful...
Oh, I'm sorry, madam. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just the demure yet sexy maid. I was in here clearing up and I saw these clothes. I couldn't resist. Please don't punish me. I'm so sorry, madam. I shall remove these clothes immediately. But mistress, these clasps and straps, they're so difficult for my delicate, sensitive, playful...
She bats her eyelashes as she turns her back to you.
Mind helping me?
She holds the robe to her, turns to face. Her mouth opens to form a perfect O of mock horror. Then she grins.
Why don't you pick it up for me, loverkin?
She reaches down, grabs you by the back of the head, and your world explodes in pleasure.
Good morning, lovebirds.
Good morning, Gil. Hey, this is my lover. Lover, this is my friend Gil.
Shut it, fork tongue.
I'm sorry, darling. It's a setup. You paid for a trip.
To wit, we're taking all your stuff. If you want it back, you can take it up with Lohar. Reckon that's for you to figure out.
She gives you a pity pout.
I'm sorry, darling.
And time is money. So if we're all clear on what's happened, we thank you for your cooperation. Be seeing you next time, Z.
Bye, Gil. Oh, look at you. Oh.
Her expression hardens.
All right, then.
To the dark with you.
A lizard, tall...
I'm so...
She turns her... A lizard, tall and beautiful, turns towards you. She fixes...
I'm so glad you came.
She turns her back on you. A lizard, tall...
Oh, I'm sorry, madam. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just the demure yet sexy maid. I was in here clearing up and I saw...
She purses her...
Not so fast, little lady. These things take time. If you're not in the mood for game...
She comes to you, drapes her arm...
Take me.
She smiles. Then take your world in...
Good morning, lovebirds.
Good morning, Gil. Hey, this is my...
Your gear is out of...
I'm sorry, darling.
To wit, we're taking all your stuff. If you want it back...
Of course it's not true.
Got a pick who you can trust. And I'm saying you can trust me. I can see a stuff.
The devil are you staring at?
Вот жо черти.
A lizard, tall...
I'm so glad...
She turned...
I've never been so embarrassed.
A lizard, tall.
Oh, I'm sorry, madam. I didn't mean any...
She gives you...
Not in the mood for games. Me neither. So what... I like a love...
She looks around at the stone walls of...
She tended...
She arches an eyebrow and takes 2 more steps toward... She takes 4...
A huntress...
She gives you a rise...
The princess...
She drapes her arm...
And then... whispered... That doesn't rhyme.
With a smile, she propels you towards the bed. You fall backwards onto the soft mattress. She jumps on you.
But my darling kin, why ever not? Oh, my darling, there's no need to fret. Look at you. You're strong and valiant and powerful. I should be paying you. Darling, I was joking. Come on, let me kiss you. That's really not how this is supposed to work, kin. Where do you think you're going? Wait! How about afterwards? I give you your money back, if you're worth it. Well, good. Come on over here then, and show me what I've been missing. You animal! Get out of here, and don't expect no money.
She studiously turns her back on you. She daggers you with a look.
Get away from me!
I'll yield to none.
The bell still rings.
Weep, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent. Killed
A doubt a reptile.
a most vile incident. If they got nothing to hide, they got nothing. A valiant
Beautiful, isn't he?
taken too early.
Huh? Oh, you look thirsty.
She taps her...
Come on.
She slides another...
Bottoms up.
Wonder and wonder, seeking signs from the gods. Weep, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent, killed by sorcerers, a most vile incident. warrior against the fallen.
Twinkle,
If they got nothing to hide, they got nothing to be scared of.
You actually don't have to witness
Yes.
the sudden you're good with the Majesty's caging anyone up that looks like
Noble bloodline.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I? Throw me in a hole for all right.
Most
Wish the
divine.
greater good.
I don't think you know
We
even
wander and
bit you on the
wander,
arse.
seeking signs from the gods.
See the cook for stew, friend elf.
Paradise against
Ah.
all the odds.
I'm telling you, if they got nothing
What
to
would I
hide,
do
they got
with
nothing to be
Alexander
scared
the
of.
Innocent.
Yeah,
You've got
you're
enough
good with the
for
Majesty's
By
caging anyone up that
sorcerers,
looks at
a most vile incident.
Damn right. I got a right to live, don't I?
Valiant warrior
Throw me in a hole
against
for all I care. Wish the greater good.
Taken too early. All
I
hope
don't think you know even
destroyed.
smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
Path thus ended, the conclusion of a noble bloodline. Who shall rise? Who gains the title most divine? We wait.
What would
We
I do
wander
without
and
you?
wonder, seeking signs from the gods. May the seven usher us to paradise against all the odds. Weep, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent, killed by sorcerers, a most vile incident.
I'm telling you,
A valiant
Get you
warrior
something,
against
friend.
the fallen.
scared of.
Taken too early,
Good with the
all
Majesty's
hope
caging anyone up that
destroyed.
looks at day. Broody.
Damn right. I
Not
got a right to live, don't I? Throw me in a hole for all I care. Wish the greater good.
Right away.
Magister Regional Headquarters and Jail. Drift.
I'm watching you, stranger. If that's all you have to say, you may as well leave me to it.
All hell broke loose. Good times. Good times.
The Meister's back. The Meister's... She doesn't feel like...
The Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the...
Damnable red-cloaked baboons ransacking my wardrobes. As if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a...
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she
I swear by the seven if...
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle, and...
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe. Apparently I had a claw in murdering their darling divine-in-waiting Alexander.
The Meister wrenches the bandage, pulling the fabric tight against her wound. She winces before...
Never mind that. that I was here the entire time. Apparently my cunning transcends time, space, and common sense.
Mice Deceiver freezes, her eyes locked on you, her claws mid-swipe, cutting...
Why on earth should I have thought anything else? Not that I was sorry to hear about his death. I doubt my grin helped matters during the interrogation. Enthusiasm? On a weekday? My word. We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen, Godwoken, but becoming divine requires more than... Come, Godwoken. It is time to see just how awake you are. Fortunately, the Magisters pay as much attention to art as they do to fashion. Kindly remove that painting from the wall. I pray my instructions will not be too technical for you. Push the button. Can you not see the button on the wall? Walk to the corner and press it. following simple instructions fills me with wonder and pride. Now, kindly go to the vault and enter the combination. I shall call it out as you go. We can go nowhere until you open the safe in the floor. The combination is 15R, 34L, 23R, 35R, 9R, 16L, 33L, 45R, 51L, 1L.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame are depth. Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination.
Excellent. Follow me. Your time is at hand, Godwoken.
Feel free to look about while I catch my breath. Come speak to me when you wish to proceed, and try not to break anything in the meantime.
Ancient runes, weird contraptions. This place is an Arcanist's dream. Puddle, it glows. What could this mean?
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she...
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, Godwoken?
Meister Siever's stare bores into your soul. It is still, analytical...
Indeed, some people seem to think so. Mostly they're idiots, but in some cases they're...
The Meister rests her hand on her arm, where one of her wounds has just reopened. She squeezes hard, ignoring the...
I pray you're more idiot than mad dog. It would be a shame to expend all this effort just to see you put down. Indeed. If only there were a divine here to heal my poor mortal body.
The Meister goes quiet for a moment, staring at the gashes that...
If granted divinity, you would have the power of all 7 gods at your disposal. You could heal any wound, pull islands from the sea, right any injustice, but make no mistake. The divine has only one duty. To protect. The divine cannot use her power for anything else. Very well, then. Let's see if we can't snatch divinity from the jaws of the void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction of... Ignore any feelings of dizziness, burning in your lungs, or a dire sense of existential dread. They're all perfectly normal. Although you will need to sacrifice. Everything you need is here. Ingredients in the cupboard. Source in the glowing fountain. Ritual in the tome by the bookcase. Even an incinerator to provide a flame.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claws.
And do not lose anything. These ingredients are rare indeed. I'm not hiking back out to the cloisterwood to fetch you more blackroot. you simple? Perform the ritual. Ingredients in the cupboard, ritual in the book, source in the fountain. Go! Are you simple? Perform the ritual. Ingredients in the cupboard, ritual in the book, source in the fountain. Go!
Opening the door, you see a selection of ingredients thrown together in... After a quick rummage, you spot the blackroot, nestled between the grated dragon's tongue and druid. You gather up the blackroot, obsidian lance and ancient bowl, and kick the door of the cupboard. As you suck the smoke deep into your lungs, your vision starts to swim and cloud. As the world fades away, you... Bathed in the half-light of these starless barrens, you spot a figure you could only describe. It looks haggard and weak, its very voice but a feeble echo of your...
My chosen, come closer, so that look me.
The apparition clasps your face in its shaking hands. You suddenly feel your eyes tingle. Everything becomes brighter, sharper.
Blind eyes, shine brightly, speak the spell. And see. Please.
Gone is the strange mirror image of yourself. Before you stands the goddess Solstissa in all her spectral glory.
You know me now, don't you? I saved you from drowning. I blessed you, made you powerful. And your god-woken soul is my last refuge, my last bastion. May as well make the best.
Solstissa nourishes herself from the source that abounds in your presence. You feel it deep down inside yourself.
Ah, yes. Just what I needed. I tell you, dying just doesn't become a god. Immortality is only permanent, my dear, until one day it simply the void itself is hunting down the gods, leeching us in ways we never thought. We're battling for our very survival. It's a battle we're losing, and should we truly lose, all will be cast into oblivion. Well, sort of. But by all means, let that be a motivator, not a cause. You must realize that our fates are now as one, just as our souls are now as one. Together we are a force to be reckoned with. But if we seek to survive the onslaught of the Void, that means there is but one place we can go. The Well of Ascension. It most certainly will be. The Well of Ascension is a lake. We gave them up freely to create the first divine. Each of us donated half of that which makes us gods. To bathe in the lake, that is where the road to divinity leads. And you must be the first to reach it at all costs. There you touch upon the very heart of the matter. The Void is stronger than ever. A new divine won't be enough. You need to go to the Well of Ascension. Not to bathe in the source of the seven. Only she who claims everything will be everything. The Void's doom, this world's liberator. I hope you understand them to their full extent. The other gods must either bow to, but of course that is what they are saying to their own god Woken as we speak. We both know they won't bow. Just like we both know only one can become a god strong enough to safeguard our world. One at the expense. So make no mistake, my champion. Chances are the road to divinity will be paved with... But don't let that dismay you. For these sins will be washed clean by the knowledge you committed them. I promise that yours alone will be the powers of the lake. And to the lake I will lead you. Our journey will be fraught with peril. It is a pilgrimage of challenges that will require you to command Source like only a god Woken can, and wield its most powerful spells.
Laughter rolls and echoes into infinity.
You flatter me, my chosen. But if all I had to do was give, you would We are I now. The spells you need to know I will teach you when you are ready. But first you must learn to channel the Source in greater volumes. That is why you need to seek masters of the Source. So, return to Rivellon, and seek out these sages where they dwell. Once you have, you may return to me here. Something that'll make you understand that for a god, Source is. It is a constant. You have the vision of a god now. Eyes that can speak the spell during your peregrinations, and you will see them. Where the dead lie, the dead linger. And so much more. Best of luck.
The Meister stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and...
Still alive? Gods above, there might be something to you after all.
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering hungrily about your...
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
She sighs impatiently as you hack up the last of the...
You can't channel enough Source? Gods be damned, why couldn't you have a nice simple problem? Finding an orc to dance the hornpipe, perhaps? I know exactly what must be done. You must find a master of Source. And the purging which the Magisters included as part of their service was quite efficient. Not enough to silence me, but enough that I would not turn their insides to lime. Enough to sever my link to the font from which all Source flows. And so we must seek alternatives. Alas, the only Source masters not yet hauled off to Fort Joy or turn into sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to. Just so, some of these are quite dark, twisted individuals. The kind of creatures that grew bored pulling their legs from spiders and so moved. However, it is the path we walk, no matter what the cost.
The Meister doubles over in a violent coughing fit, struggling for breath. After a few moments, she regains her composure, wiping...
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them. And you do not seem to be paying it. Sorcerers, evil, controlling your source, saving Rivellon, your focus, your only... The Magisters have kept ledgers with all known sorcerers, especially the powerful ones not yet captured. They were to be careful not to get caught. I was their guest for a time, and if their barracks turns out to be as empty...
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens.
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed. And remember, do whatever it takes.
The spirit of an elegant elven woman materializes before you. She seems...
You can see me. A god. I am the Meister's apprentice. I study under her, but I do not learn. I hear tales of the ritual, of what lies beyond. Meister tells me it cannot happen, that no air fills my lungs, only fire. When the darkness falls, I cannot cry out. I leave my life...
The spirit looks at you regret...
It is hard to hear of such power.
The Meister sits slumped.
What news? Can you channel enough sorts? The Magisters kept records of each and every sorcerer in the area. The good, the bad, and the dangerous. Break into the Magisters' barracks, find their records, and seek out masters of the source. Without their help, you will never have the strength to travel within your own soul. Remember, these are dangerous creatures, but it is vital that you learn what they...
Would you have me
course,
die
sir.
of thirst?
Right
Fill
away.
my damn cup.
I'm watching you, stranger. That's Magister business. Keep your nose out. State your business to Magister Carver, or else get out.
Nelson, my inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Of course, sir. Right away.
What's this? Damn it, Barwell, you're supposed to be stopping intruders. There's still a fugitive on the loose.
It's Belworth, sir.
I don't care. Keep on alert until this... What do you want, lizard? You can't just come in here as you please. There's Manchester's missing. I'm trying to conduct a bloody investigation. Ah, I see. You're sniffing around for a reward. Well, there'll be gold for anyone who helps us bring this mess to an end. Is a tinkerer type named... If you see anything, tell me or my men at once. Otherwise, keep the... Well, do you know anything? Stop wasting my time then. Well, stop
The Magister's jaw...
What? Those tinkerers all look the same. When, not if. And you'll see for yourself in time. We'll make desertions. What do you know about desertions? Well, but they slip away in the night, taking supplies. Cowards and traitors, all of them. I'm looking for loyal magisters, vanishing in broad daylight. Wait.
Head nodding drowsily, the Magister brings her voluminous sleeve up to her face. She sniffs loudly and suddenly jerks to attention.
They won't take me unawares. I'm ready for anything. See? I have accepted it. Well, I'm ready. That's what matters. Vigilance! Why, whoever's snatching magisters off the street and disappearing them? 6 lost in a week. 6!
Waving you away, she...
Oh, great, a citizen. Can't you see I'm on a break here? What? Oh, no. Go tell Magister Raymond or Magister Julian immediately. They'll raise the alert. Go. Again? Seriously?
Of course, sir. Right away.
The Magister turns to you with a scowl.
What?
The Magister glances at you like you're something he just...
Keep out of it! That's what I want. The new leadership ought to learn to respect its veterans.
A sly smile creeps...
Aye, and sooner than you might think, if the rumours are true. Who asked you? You're not even supposed to be down here. Keep out of it. You'd better move on from...
The Magister grumbles.
Bloody bastard.
Bellwether, I need those
Of course,
reports,
sir.
damn it.
Right away.
The Magister's jaw.
What?
The Meister sits slumped in her chair. You notice that some of her scales have dropped.
What news? Can you channel enough source? Are you powerful enough to proceed? The Magisters kept records of each. Break into the Magisters' barracks. Remember, these are dangerous.
The Meister sits.
What news? Of course, my suppliers. You can find more in the cloister woods to the northwest of Driftwood. Hardly a charming place, but then why, pray? Oh, we dwarves had a...
Halt! What word do you bring? Blood?
His body.
The void woken. You may part. Be quick, man.
He nods his head. The Magister smiles.
Thank the seven I've oldest to guide. It's true. It's just our numbers dwindle. I know they did. Farewell.
As long as you
I
stay.
wait for the inevitable, whatever that might be.
Everything grows here, tall and strong. Join us. Traveler, you are sick at heart and weary of limb. Come here, rest with me in the sun. Dear child,
A great pounding.
It is awful how she treats you. She
A sudden weariness washes over, bone deep, and as if...
don't fight.
heeding.
ready.
Всем СПС, всем до свиданья.